an American Secret Service outfit that's deep behind enemy lines. The Germans call them the Bastards. These Yanks have been them the devil.
Well, we're all tickled to hear you say that.
Hi, I'm Nat, he's Matt, and we've got your geek news right here.
And this week, we're taking a sneak peek at the new movie from the world's biggest film geek, Quentin Tarantino.
Yes, that's right. We've got clips and interviews from *Inglourious Bastards*, set in Nazi Germany during World War II.
Now, people who love Quentin's work love it because he is one of the biggest film lovers to ever make movies himself. Now, he's not some armchair critic. He's a fan that's been making movies that pay homage to his favorite classic and genre films.
Oh, and you know, there's a little-known actor named Brad Pitt in the movie, too.
Who?
My name is Lieutenant Aldo Rain. And I need me 8 soldiers. We're gonna be dropped into France, dressed as civilians. We're gonna be doing one thing only. Killing Nazis.
Yes, sir!
And then once I came up with Brad, I couldn't come up with anybody else. And it sounded like I'm just trying to be flattering or something, but there was no second or third choice. And usually I like my second or third choice, because it's usually not the next guy on the list. It's like something far afield where now you make it with this guy, it's this movie. You make it with that guy, whoa, it's this movie. But there was no other guy. And I happen to be thinking about this, about like the most in-demand guy on the planet Earth, all right? Not only that, I'm going right away. It's not like I can even wait for him. It's like when the script's done, we're shooting.
Quentin pulls together some of the greatest actors from France and Germany and Europe, and Christoph Waltz is so incredible. And you know, finally he's got this great role that Quentin's written, and the movie lives or dies on Londa. And Quentin said if he did not find the person to play Londa, he wasn't going to make the film. So Christoph saved it for all of us.
You're now in the hands of the SS. My hands, to be exact.
Christoph Waltz, I have no idea where Quentin found him. I had never heard of him before. He's been doing television series or movies for 30 years. And I mean, he's a revelation in this movie. He's just wonderful, wonderful, and so scary.
The Germans are throwing a gala premiere. In attendance will be most of the German High Command. You'll rendezvous with our double agent. She'll take it from there.
So I think the girls are going to love the females. I mean, they're going to love Shoshana, and they're going to love Diane Kruger. I mean, Quentin writes such great female character, and he's got the strong women kicking ass.
There have been 2 recent
Which
developments regarding Operation Kino. One, the venue has been changed from the Ritz to a much smaller venue.
Norma's changed at the last minute. It's not very dramatic. Why the hell is Goebbels doing stuff so damn peculiar?
It probably has something to do with the second development.
Which is?
Der Führer is attending the premiere.
Getting a whack Uncle Adolf makes this a horse of different color.
We have all our rotten eggs in one basket. The objective of the operation, blow up the basket.
So, if Brad Pitt scalping Nazis isn't enough of a reason to go check this one out, how about the fact that Quentin is taking on a multilingual European period piece for the first time?
Now, Quentin loves to play in the 70s B-movie style and setting, so seeing him pull off a movie set in World War II should be a pretty serious change from what we're used to seeing from him.
But not too much of a change, since he's calling this one a Macaroni combat film. Now,
Made it up.
I swear I did not make that term up. It's a subgenre of World War II movies that are a lot like spaghetti westerns, mostly 60s and 70s.
Right. So Tarantino's hallmarks of violence, dark comedy, classic film references, and elegant dialogue should be right at home for *Inglourious Bastards*.
The members of the National Socialist Party conquered Europe through murder, torture, intimidation, and terror. And that's exactly what we're gonna do to them.
Well, you know, I had never done a period thing before, and I didn't want that to stop, you know, any of my instincts, but it is true, it is a period film. And I've never dealt with this genre before. But when I first started writing it, I was probably a little precious about it because I started writing it after Jackie Brown, so that would have made it my first original after Pulp Fiction.
I assume you know who we are.
You're Elder the Apache.
But weren't if you heard of us, you probably heard we ain't in the prisoner-taking business. We in the killing Nazi business. And cousin, business is booming.
Oh, yeah.
That leaves 2 ways we can play this out. Either kill you or let you go. Up the road a piece, there's an orchard. Besides you, we know there's another crowd patrol fucking around here somewhere. If that patrol were to have any crack shots, that orchard would be a goddamn sniper's delight. So if you ever wanna eat a sauerkraut sandwich again, you gotta show me on this here map where they are. You gotta tell me how many they are, and you gotta tell me what kind of artillery they're carrying with them.
You can't expect me to divulge information that would put German lives in danger.
Well, now, Werner, that's where you're wrong, because that's exactly what I expect. I need to know about Germans hiding in trees, and you need to tell me. And you need to tell me right now.
I respectfully refuse, sir.
Actually, we're all tickled to hear you say that. Quite frankly, watching Donnie beat Nazis to death is the closest we ever get to going to the movies. Donnie!
Yeah?
Guy's German here wants to die for the country. Oblige him.
Quentin wrote this character, Donny Donowitz, who the Germans have nicknamed the Bear Jew. And Donnie's this working class guy from Boston who has taken this baseball bat with him, and he's got all the Jews in his neighborhood to sign it, and he's gone to undercover France, and Nazi-occupied France, to beat every Nazi to death with it. He doesn't want to scalp them, he doesn't want to shoot them, he wants to physically pound them to death and feel their skulls cracking in his hands.
You're getting pretty good at that.
Sometimes people put Tarantino in a box of like, oh, he's the violent guy, or he's the cinema buff guy, you know, or he's the, you know, long stretches of dialogue guy, but he's so many different things, and it's really the interplay that makes his movies like nobody else's.
You're getting us in that premiere.
It's suicide.
What else we gonna do? Go home?
So what's the plan? We punch those goons out, take their machine guns, and burst in there, blast them.
Like in all of his films, you find yourself laughing out loud at the most inappropriate moments.
Quentin is so sharp and so funny, and it's such a wonderful, twisted sense of humor that you never know when the movie's going to turn. You kind of have an untrustworthy narrator who could make you laugh or make you jump or make you really upset, and you know, you just kind of sit back and enjoy the ride. But it is fun to watch audiences go, God, are we allowed to laugh at this? Are we supposed to be laughing? And then realizing that it's okay to laugh, and then fully just letting loose.
Each and every man under my command owes me 100 Nazi scalps. And I want my scalps.
Nazi Germany, the Jewish Holocaust, scalping, and baseball bat beatings definitely set off a darker tone than some of Quentin's earlier films.
Just a bit, but it sounds like Tarantino's amazing ability to write strong women, like in Kill Bill and Death Proof, should be playing against these violent tendencies we saw in classics like Reservoir Dogs.
Now, if you're a big Macaroni combat buff, you probably know about Castellari's 1978 film by the same name.
Well, a similar name at least.
Now, Quentin says his film is not a remake. It just seems like he likes the name, but not so much the spelling.
But it might be fun to check it out anyway, since we're guaranteed to see some kind of homage to it in Quentin's film.
Now, what are you expecting to see from Quentin Tarantino's next one? Leave us a comment on yourgeeknews.com. Let us know.
So keep your eye on yourgeeknews.com for our review, because this one is definitely going to be worth a midnight screening for INGLOURIOUS BASTERDS.
See you then.
From Reich Minister Dr. Joseph Goebbels comes the remarkable true story of Friedrich Zoller, Germany's most decorated war hero.
I implore you, we must destroy that tower!
Du feiges Amerikanerschwein.
His courage was bound by duty. His legend was baptized in blood. His name will be crowned in glory.
Who wants to send a message to Germany?
Nation's pride. World premiere August 21st at La Gamarre Theatre, Paris.